Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to another video. Been meaning to get this video out to you guys for a very long time, so sorry for the wait, but we here. The last video I made was about doing No Nut November. Wanted to let you guys know we completed that. Also completed that while married, so it's a big thing. In the thumbnail, obviously you see I kind of cheated, and I'll get to that later down the line in the video. But what's so big about semen retention? What's so big about holding your seed? What's so big about being abstinent? What's the whole big deal? A lot of things. It's very helpful, very beneficial. If you've been watching me for a while, you know semen retention is the game changer. It's a life changer, right? I've practiced it plenty of times. I remember the first time I practiced it and noticing the benefits at 3 weeks. I always notice the benefits at the 3 week mark, and I was like, damn, this shit is real. This is a real deal. First, I came across semen retention from YouTube, hearing about fighters that would do it before they begin their fights. Typically 6 weeks before their fight, going through that hardcore training, they would practice abstinence. I remember one fighter going deep in detail about this. His name is David A. Mike Tyson, he was reported to done semen retention for 5 years. Muhammad Ali, he was known for semen retention as well. One of his quotes was actually that, one of the hardest things about being a boxer and training is not being at the club, not chasing women around. And yeah, that's the whole big spiel about it. Think about this, right? When man and woman come together and a man releases his seed, you have the potential to create life. Something that breathes, something that looks like you, something that does the things that you do. So think about that. That seed contains energy. You notice when you ejaculate, right, you feel very tired, drowsy, you want to just go to sleep, kill over, right? Where do you think that energy goes? Where do you think that energy goes when you contain it? Think about that. And that's the whole spiel. I love this whole No Nut November movement. It's a beautiful movement. I'm glad I got to practice it even while married. So there's no excuses. These things can be done. Let's get into some benefits that I definitely recall from doing semen retention, right? Well, for one, obviously, you're going to get mental clarity and focus easily. You're just going to feel that. It's obviously one of those disciplinary things where you're not really too you're not thinking on a lower level far as energetically or quote unquote spiritually, right? You're not thinking at a lower level. The spiritual people will call it the lower chakra, right? The red chakra. You're not thinking at that level. You're thinking at a higher tier level, right? Where I think it's blue, green, whatever it is. You're thinking on a whole different level from maybe the majority of people. I don't really have the reports and numbers on that, but you're thinking on a whole different level from most people. Most people, even though they may not even be going out looking for sex, they're going out deeply wanting to feel some type of sensation for another person. You're thinking deeper than that. You have this mental and spiritual focus on your life, whether that's benefiting others or benefiting yourself, impacting others in a great way. That's the beautiful thing about doing semen retention, is you get that mental clarity. Another great benefit of semen retention is the increased energy and testosterone levels. You get on a whole nother level. I remember when I practiced semen retention for the first time, and I got to strength levels that I never thought I would get so quickly. I believe it was a long time ago, so I may be butchering the numbers, but I was stuck at 285 on bench press for a long while, right? I could get it for 5 reps, and for some reason, like, moving up to 295 was such a damn hassle for me. Like, I couldn't even get 4 reps with 295, whatever the reason may be. At that time, I felt like I was doing everything right. And then when I started to practice semen retention, I remember getting to that around 2 to 3 week mark. And I got in there, I hit 295 6 times. Hit 295 6 times. So it goes to show, at least for me, because I know it's really up in the air, it's really debated, is semen retention really beneficial for people? Scientifically, we can tell that there is energy definitely tied to your semen, your seed. There's definitely energy tied to it, because you feel tired after ejaculation, right? So that energy has to go somewhere. Where else is it gonna go? So your testosterone levels have to be boosted up in a way, and that obviously, increases strength, power, mental focus to push yourself even more as a man. It gives you that oomph. That's what testosterone does, right? It gives you that oomph as a man. Just the power to push through things, and that's one of the greatest benefits you could ever have. A lot of men actually struggle with testosterone issues once they get to the age of 30, whether that's a poor diet, over ejaculation, too much pornography, just overstimulated by watching plenty of women everywhere, social media, going out to the club, going to the strip club, just well overstimulating the mindset. And when you practice semen retention, you can see a woman with a long dress on, but you also can see her curvature through that dress. You can get aroused by that thing. And it's kind of funny how it is. It's not like this, because once you practice semen retention, like, obviously the disciplinary things are coming in where you're feeling more focused and disciplined to continue and keep going. You don't feel like a damn dog, like you gotta go hump on something when you go see a woman. You get that really butterfly feeling as a kid. Remember that butterfly feeling you'd feel when you really liked the girl, but you really didn't know what sex was? It's that feeling. I don't know how many of you actually read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, but there's a chapter in there, and I believe it's chapter 14. It's been a little while since I've read that book, but I believe it's chapter 14 where they talk about sexual transmutation. And in that book, Napoleon Hill, this guy, he goes and he records and writes about some of the most richest men. And it also talks about some of the men that really founded America with the money, right? How they got really, really, really stupid rich, where their families really just eat off of them for the rest of their lives. In that chapter, Napoleon Hill says in somewhere in that chapter, the emotion of sex contains the secret of creative ability. Essentially, sexual energy is one of the most potent human drives, and channeling it can result in an unparalleled mental focus and creative power. Some of you guys got mind fog, right? You really can't think about what your next business plan is. You can't think about your next move. Maybe you got the next move in your mind, but you really can't execute on it. Practice semen retention. You may see something different. may, excuse my French, excuse my vocabulary, you will see something different. You will execute on your things. You will execute on your goals, your ambitions, those creative thoughts that you have in the back of your mind, but it's not really coming to the forefront. They're going to come to the forefront. Practice semen retention. Let's get into how I really cheated on No Nut November while married, right? Well, public announcement. For those who don't know, your boy is now a father. So, November 13th, my little daughter was born. So, doctors tell you on the safe side you really can't do anything. So it's a piece of cake for me not to really do anything in that regard. What is my camera trying to tell me? I'm getting used to this new camera, guys, so forgive me. But it was a little piece of cake for me. And, obviously I communicated with my wife that I was going to be practicing this thing. So needed all the support that I could get from her in this regard. And I got it done. Whatever you really put your mind to, you can get it done. You can get it done. So that's how I kind of cheated though. But just want to make an emphasis on this, guys. If you're struggling with lust, pornography, if you're struggling with, you feel like you don't have any ambition, you feel like you don't have any goals, you feel like you can't attract the right people into your life, practice semen retention. You may discover something new. But hey, that's the gist of this video. Appreciate you guys watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Much love and peace.